Hiya and welcome to the channel Organisation Edition. So we have been going through every single room in the house and, decluttering and reorganising and trying to make what we have fit our spaces a bit better. And one of the things that we did was we moved my desk from the living room to the bedroom, and we put the dining table there instead, and it just fits the living room so much better. But while we were doing that, we kind of realised that actually I was taking over most of the house. I had, whip bags behind the sofa, and once we pulled those out to move the sofas around, it just opened up the space a bit more. So now we decided actually we're going to try and move all of my things into the bedroom, and it should make the rest of the house a bit tidier. So this was one of the things. Like I said, I got rid of some of the stuff that was on here. So I did have a massive printer here that I never used and was taking up a lot of storage space. So we've got rid of the printer, and it means that I've now got space to put all of the fabric things that I'm, either wanting to make or have started to make. I've got things that, I've cut them out and not sewed them yet, and they were just piled on and it looked awful. So this is a lot better. I've also made a space for whichever machine I'm not working on. So I've got my overlocker and my sewing machine, and when it was downstairs, they were both on top of here, and I had to, juggle things, move things around just to have the space to sew, and it wasn't working. So clearing this out and having a space to put whichever machine I'm not working on is amazing. And then my sewing box, when it was downstairs, it was in an L shape, and I just couldn't get to anything. But having it here means that I can just open it up, and there's nothing in the way, doesn't get jammed up or whatever. So it's just so much easier. And again, being in the bedroom means that it's not in anyone's way. And if there is a project that I'm working on that has to stay out, if it's got pins in or whatever, and I don't want to put it away, it can stay out. It's in the bedroom. It's not making a mess. It's not bothering anyone. So yeah, it just works out better. And then the other thing that I'm doing, so I did actually have a 4x2 Kallax unit here filled with yarn, and it was like, okay, well, where am I going to put that? So we've decided I've got a cupboard over here, and I'm going to put it all in. Well, I've put the unit in there, and I'll show you in a minute. It is a mess. Everything needs sorting out, but I'll show you. So this is the cabinet or cupboard that I have my Kallax unit in. It is 8x2. There's a lot of whip bags at the bottom. You can't see all of them, but to give you an idea, this is basically what all of them look like. Every box is completely jam-packed, and the boxes are now misshapen because they're so stuffed, but there's actually a lot of wasted space. All of this space at the front you can't fill with yarn, because if I do stack it, it's all going to fall off. There's space down the sides that, again, you can't utilise because the boxes aren't big enough, but the space is too small to shove anything down the side. So I have bought this box down here. I've bought some boxes that hopefully, fingers crossed, actually fit this unit. And I'm going to reorganise all of my yarn. It is in some order. I've got my reds, orange, yellows, blues, greens, like it is in some kind of order. But as the years have gone on and I've just kind of shoved things where there's space, it definitely needs going through again. The other thing is, so I've only bought 6 boxes, and the reason, or part of the reason for that, is not only do I need to put my yarn in here, I also have a unit in the hallway that is completely filled with craft stuff. I've already gone through it and I've got rid of, hold on, let me show you. I have this unit in my hallway that was literally jam-packed full of stuff. I've already gone through it and got rid of a lot of things, so it's a bit more organised. But we actually want to get rid of this whole unit to free up some space in the hallway, which means that I need to find space for everything that's in there. Yeah, so I'm hoping one of these boxes, or cubes can be free for everything from that unit that, you know, I use fairly frequently or I'm going to use soon. And then the other one, you couldn't see it there because the cat unit's in the way, but I've got some folders that have like sewing patterns and things in, and they should fit quite nicely here. So like I said, I'm hoping I can condense all of this yarn into 6 bigger boxes, and yeah, I'll show you. We'll see how it goes. And then I just need to find a home for all of these whips, maybe down the side here once I've organised it. That will be another video also, by the way. I am going to show you every single whip that I have, and is it a New Year's resolution to say I'm going to try and do them all this year? Don't we all say that? But we'll see. Right, let's get started. Another sewing machine. I've never used it. I was gifted it, but it's very heavyweight, so I do want to use it at some point, but for now it will have to stay in the cupboard. Right, so this is all of the new cubes. I need to set those up. Big boxes. Hopefully everything will fit in there, but we shall see. Right, I'm just going to set one up for now because I need to empty all of this out onto the floor and reorganise it from the start. So wish me luck. Oh no. The cat is already trying to steal it. I'm going to have to kick her out. Bear with me. Where did I do this? I can't even show you all of the yarn. I'm under it. It doesn't do it justice. There is so much here. Right, let's get started. So my original plan was to wind anything that is not in its case, but honestly, I don't have the time for that today. So I am just going to put them in as neatly as I can and try and do it in some kind of colour order. Obviously, if we get to a point where things aren't fitting, I am just going to have to shove things in wherever they fit. But for now, I do have fairly high hopes. So let's see. I might move you guys so you can see what I'm doing. I think that's all my reds and yellows. guys. So most of what I use is DK yarn. So most of this is DK yarn, but I have the odd ball of Aran, or worsted weight if you're American. So I think what I'm going to do is put all of my DK in these main boxes, and then, like I said, I had some chunky and blanket yarn and things like that. I'll probably put the Aran in with that if it will fit, because especially for the greens and blues, I've got a lot of them and I don't want to waste space with this. So yeah, hopefully they'll fit in that box. Otherwise I can, if there's space, I'll put them in here. I am tempted to just try and fit all the blues in. I think that's all the blues and greens. Box 2 finished. I missed some blues and greens. So I've done the purples and pinks. I don't know where to put this colour. I've got 4 balls of it. It's like a plum. I might put that in the red box because there's more space in there. Whites, browns, greys, blacks. Hopefully they'll all fit in one box. that's all my whites, whatever. I'm sure I'll probably come across some more when I go through the rest. So now I'm going to do the chunky stuff and then find what's left. Can't move this box yet though, because my phone is in the cube that it needs to go. Okay, so my plan to put all of my blanket yarns, Aran yarns, chunky yarns in this box is not going to work because it's pretty much already filled up with just the blanket stuff. Oh, there's more. Yeah, it's going to be filled up with just the blanket stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the other one. I think I'll have to put them into their own separate little box and just not have it in the calyx unit, because I don't have a lot of chunky and Aran, but enough that it's definitely not going to fit in this box. So yeah, I might just have to move on to the next one and see. Oh no, I found more purple as well. Oh no, that's Aran, that's fine. This fuzzy stuff can fit there. This fuzzy stuff can fit there. Right, so this is the box that's going to have all my variegated and like specialty yarns, and I'm going to put my cotton blend yarns in here as well, because I don't have many of them, but I do want to know where they are, because there's a project that I want to work on with it. So if I know where it is, then hopefully I won't have to go hunting for it. So I've managed to get most of my yarn into my 6 boxes. The only yarn that I couldn't fit in is the Aran, chunky, that kind of stuff that I don't really use often anyway. So I'm going to put it in a temporary box and either see if it will fit down the side here, or put it in the garage, because again, I don't use it often. This one for the miscellaneous craft stuff and this one for the folders and everything, but my knees need a break because I've been on them for just over an hour now. And then hopefully I'll come back a bit later and finish that off for you. So I've emptied out my craft cupboard, so we can now get rid of this unit. I've had it for about 5 or 6 years, but because it's got glass on the front, it's just a bit messy. Like whatever you put in there, it's never going to look neat and organised. So I think he wants to break it down and use the wood to make something for our daughter's bedroom. And everything from that cupboard is now on top of my sewing desk, in the hopes that I will organise it, because I want this to keep being clear. Now this is the cupboard. Obviously I've now put all my wool in there, so that's kind of organised, and then I've put all of my folders with knitting patterns, sewing patterns and everything, and then all of the sewing patterns that didn't fit I've just kind of put up here for now. And then this is the one little cubby hole that I have for all of that to go in. So I need to organise it. I've already got rid of everything that I'm never going to use, so I need to decide what I'm going to use like more frequently, or like just what I'm going to use more often. So things like my safety eyes, they need to stay in there because I use them a lot with amigurumi. My eyelets I've never actually used, but I am hoping to get back into sewing a little bit more, which means I should need to keep those out. This is the poly pellets, which I need to make some pattern weights, so I'm going to need those out. But then there's a lot of other things that I don't need. So I've got this box of polymer clay that I don't necessarily need. I used it to make crochet hook handles, but now that I've got my clover ones, I don't really need them, or I don't need it out anyway. I will probably use it at some point in the future, but I don't need it out right now. So those kinds of things can probably go in the garage. But let me have a look through, remind myself what I've got and see what fits in my little cubbyhole. Safety eyes, more safety eyes. They definitely need to go in here somewhere. This whole box is full of more like custom safety eyes, so they need to be in here. These, I got some snaps for my birthday or Christmas a couple of years ago, and I've still never used them. But like I said, because I'm getting back into sewing, I'm thinking I'm going to keep these out so that they're accessible when I need them. A box of cotton thread, which I don't need all of the colours, but I am definitely going to need some for making stuff for my wedding. And that is in a year and a half, so I'm going to keep those out so that they're accessible, so I can do some stuff with those. My eyelets I'm going to put in my drawer because they are more sewing related rather than just general craft. This is more general craft stuff. It's more, so I've got these, I can't even remember what they were from, bath bomb things maybe, but I'm going to make some ornaments for Christmas using them. Obviously we've just had Christmas, so that won't be imminent, but I'm going to keep them out anyway just because it is fairly soon. More safety eyes and some jump what are they called, jump rings. They are things that I use quite often, so they need to stay out. Some more miscellaneous kind of craft stuff, and those pellets that I was talking about. Sorted glues, they are always handy to have. Really, I need another box for these. So I've got needle felting wool. So I've got some black and white, but I've also got loads of tiny little ones that actually need to go in there, and I forgot about those. So yeah, I was lucky enough to get like a whole set for, again, my Christmas or birthday one year. And these I use a lot with amigurumi, so I definitely need to find some space, but they might fit down the side, so I'll see how that goes. So I think the last thing that's going to fit in there is my button box. I think that's it for in there. So all that I've got left that didn't fit in the cupboard is I've got my beads, which I don't use that often, so they can go in the garage. We've got like a craft drawer, which was originally for the kids, but they don't really use anything that's in there, so I'll probably have to organise that and then put these in there. And then I've got some cross-stitch stuff, which again, I don't really use often. I bought all of this because I was hoping to get back into it, but I sew and crochet a lot more. But it's not something I want to get rid of, because I did buy some really nice hoops, and I've got loads of thread in this box, so I'm going to keep all of those, but I'm going to put them away for now because they don't need to be in the house. I'm not going to use them anytime soon. And then we've got the box of polymer clay that, again, I'm not going to use anytime soon, so that can go in the garage. And then these, I've got lots and lots of charms and things to stick to things that, again, I love so much I cannot throw away. I use some of them to decorate along the edges of my shelves, so I don't want to throw them away because I know I will definitely use them at some point, and I paid a fair bit of money to have them all, so I'm going to keep them, but they will go in the garage because I don't have any immediate use for them. And then the only other things I've got are things that I was going to decoupage. So I've got my, oh, I forgot how. So yeah, so I've got some letters for my children, and then I've got 3 of these coffin boxes that I was going to use for storage. So I need to decoupage them. So I'm going to keep them out so that I can do them, but so not out. I'm just not going to put them in the garage, is what I mean. I'll find somewhere else for them to go just for now. And then that's pretty much it. So yeah, so I've got my craft little bit here. I've got my folders and everything, and then all of my yarn. So I've got all my reds, oranges, yellows, my blues and greens, which I'm not opening because that one was a bit full. And then I've got my pinks and purples, my whites, browns, greys, blacks, my, all of my sort of specialty yarns, so variegated and hand dyed, things like that. And then this one was literally just all of my really fluffy stuff. This box down here, which does not close, is the chunky yarns and Aran yarns and things like that. They will probably go in the garage along with everything that doesn't fit in my craft unit. And then all of these are whips, which, like I said, that'll be a whole different video. I'll show you everything that I've got in there, and I'll figure out which things I want to finish first, and I might do like a little series on that. But yeah. So that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching if you're still here. I do have more videos waiting to be edited and uploaded, so there will be a bit more content out there for you guys within the next couple of weeks. 2 of them I'm literally just waiting to, or one of them I'm waiting to sew in ends, and the other one I'm trying to sew a backing on. But as soon as the videos are finished, I'm going to edit them, and I'll get those up for you, and hopefully you'll have a little bit more content to watch very soon. I just wanted to get this out of the way first because you can't live and record whatever in mess, and because we were organising the whole house, I just thought, let's get this out of the way and then I will finish those videos, and then I'll get them out for you. But yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to, and if you feel like sharing, that would be great as well. Thank you. Bye.